everyone. Thanks for joining me on Raw with Rasha. She's sexy, she's sassy, and she's a boss lady who owns up to who she is. I'm talking about the star of Selling Sunset, Christine Quinn. We met when season 1 of Selling Sunset came out, and we just had this bond. And so, first of all, Christine, congratulations. I still consider you a newlywed, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I got married in December and I can't believe it. Thank you so much.
So exciting. And now, but you've brought Christian into the show because people get to meet him in season 2. What's
Yeah.
that like for him and for you?
Well, more like I forced him into the show. It's so funny because he has such a great personality and he's like me. He's very funny and witty and dry and quick. But, you put cameras in front of you and you're a different person. It's hard, but, bless his heart. He did it and he tried. And he's like, I don't know how you do this every day. This is so hard. And I'm like, I don't know. For me, it just comes natural. But, he did his best. And I was so happy that, he was able to be on the show because I wanted to show certain elements of my life because he is such a big part of my life now, So you'll see in season 3, like we go through the process of designing our dream home, with our designers and plan a wedding and, have our wedding and get married. So all these fun things I'm glad to share with him.
Well, I'm so excited for you. I mean, you guys make a lovely couple and you just seem so happy. So you deserve the best. You deserve the best.
Thank you.
Christine, season 3 is coming out August 7th.
Yes.
To season 1 with you when we first met. I've always been so curious because I know that you're a very confident woman, but man, you were dealing with like death threats and bullying and all this hate on the internet, right? And at the end of the day, you're still a human being. How did you manage that stress from season 1 and now going into season 3?
It was really, really, really hard. The thing that, I'm new to social media. I never had an Instagram before. I never had a Facebook. I'm new to the whole concept of people hating on people they don't know. So, I signed up for the show, obviously. So as a 30-year-old woman going into social media, I, not in my wildest dreams, would imagine that people would go out of their way to, not only make people feel bad, but threaten them and put them down. And, my response to them, usually when I do respond, which is hardly ever, but, I'm like, I'm sorry, do you actually know me? Have we actually met? And I think that's so interesting, but it really, it doesn't reflect on me. My whole purpose in life is just make people feel something. I always wanted to make people feel something. And, I succeeded in my job, and I would rather be hated, for who I am than loved for someone I'm not. And I have such a great tribe of, fans and followers and people in my life who do understand me. And, so I'm not concerned about the small percent that don't. So it's something that was new to me and still don't understand to this day, but I've gotten better at dealing with it. I remember days where I'd be in bed crying, and it was just like this horrible feeling. It was so weird. And I just can't imagine going out of my way to message someone I don't know, to tell them something that I don't even actually know about them. Right. So it's a weird world.
Well, it's like, and why should you have to prove yourself? But that's what I'm saying. I think it takes such great strength. Like, I admire you in that because I mean, I wouldn't know how to react. I'll be honest with you because it's hurtful.
Yeah.
That way when you don't even know somebody. And again, when I first met you, like I said, I felt like we had this connection and I've gotten to see a different side of you. So even watching the show, yes, people, you're portrayed as the villain, which I love in a way because you're just so blunt about just, you own who you are, which is amazing. But then talk to us about how you work your way through being a reality star, because what is the reality of being a reality star? I mean, are you living a dual life?
Yeah, I mean, the reality is like, we don't obviously wake up with cameras in our bedroom. That's not how it works. You know, but I have to keep in mind, like, when I'm filming, I'm going to be seen in 100+ countries. So obviously, I want to look amazing. I want to look fabulous. I want to have the makeup and the hair and the glam and the wardrobe and all these things. And, you know, I want to be the best, biggest, boldest person of myself so that I'm remembered for something. And also, I'm entertaining people in the process. And that's what's most important to me. But you have to remember that, you know, we shot for 6 months straight. And we shot so much footage. And there were so many scenes where I remember watching season 2 even being like, oh, where'd that hairstyle go? Oh, where'd that outfit go? You know, so many scenes get cut out. So you're only seeing, you know, a small amount of actually what we do shoot. So it's a very, very interesting thing. I mean, basically what you're seeing isn't everything, and sometimes it's not the full story, but you know, it's entertaining. That's what we're here for.
Okay, let's talk about boldness, by the way, since you mentioned hairstyles. You have managed to create an entire brand, I think, with your look, from the styling to the hairstyle. Like, I actually was excited to watch every episode to see, what is this woman going to come up with? Your inspiration, and is that all you, or are you working with a team to create those?
I'm always so flattered whenever I hear this question, because I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know until a year ago, like, stylists were a thing. So I'm always flattered to hear that question, and it's all me. And you know, what I do is I kind of base my outfits, you know, according to A, feeling, and B, where I'm going and what we're doing. And so for me, you know, Davina and I had this beautiful showing at one of her houses. I think it was like the $80 million house or something. And it's beautiful. I had seen the property before. It's beautiful and pink and purple and fun. So my inspiration for that look was just, I wanted this, like, you know, very like Cher, Clueless kind of vibe. So I went with pink and purple. And then, you know, at the dinner scene where we're having dinner at Jason's house, I knew it was going to be a night scene. I knew it was going to be dark. So I wanted to go over the top. So I went with this like really fun feather Mandalay dress and these chains in my hair. And I also know that when we're all together as a group, which isn't very often, but when we're all together as a group, usually those scenes don't cut out. So I don't get cut out. So I do my best to, you know, make sure that I stand out then, because sometimes, you know, showings or office scenes like those can get cut out. So I try to really, you know, just go with the environment and the mood. And I remember one day I was getting ready and I had this ponytail in, and my stylist was at my house, and I was like, I'm ready to fuck some shit up today. Like, it was just like this feeling I had. A simple ponytail, like the littlest things can make me feel so confident. And I love that.
I love that too about you. You know, confidence is, that's one word I definitely use to describe you, Christine. And it's the moment I had met you. Was there something in your life that sparked that, or have you always been a very confident person from the time you were growing up, when you were a little girl?
Yeah, you know, I've honestly always been really confident. I've just, you know, I not only thought outside of the box, but for me, there really never was a box. You know, I always did things differently and kind of marched to the beat of my own drum. And, you know, rules really like were meant to be broken, or really only guidelines for me. You know, I was like, whatever, you know. So it was something that I always had. Just because I'm confident doesn't mean, you know, emotionally I can handle everything. It doesn't mean, you know, I'm like a warrior emotionally. You know, things do get to me, and I actually, believe it or not, don't like drama, but I will finish it. And you know, I just my feelings, yeah, they do get hurt, and I'm learning on how to manage that and deal with that better. So that's one thing that I'm working on, is just like the internal version of myself, because I feel like the external, I've already, you know, done a great job of managing so far.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that though, because yeah, being confident is not a reflection of who you are as a person as feeling wise, right?
Right.
human. You still have feelings. Quarantine, we've all been affected by it. And outside of selling Sunset, you are a real estate agent. How has it affected your work, or how have you been managing? Are you still working and showing homes to clients at this time?
Yeah. Well, I had a listing appointment 2 days ago, which was really interesting because, it was with this couple, and they didn't speak English very well. And so we're all sitting 6 feet apart, at their condo, and we all have masks on, and I'm trying to explain to them, but they can't see my mouth. So it was really, really, really hard. But other than that, I mean, people really aren't buying homes right now. But it's hard. Like, I have another home that I'm trying to sell, but the lady actually lives in Canada. So she needs to come to the property to do some work on it and fix out some permit issues before we can sell it. And she can't come here right now. So there's little things that are making it difficult. Obviously, we're not doing open houses. We're not doing broker opens. Even showings are very, very limited. And, there's certain forms that you have to sign before we show people a property that basically says we're not responsible if you catch COVID or anything like that. So it's made things more difficult for sure. And I think that the overall consumer confidence has gone down, which makes it difficult when you're in a job that's commission based. So it's been a little weird times right now, to say the least.
All of us, for
Yeah.
all. I always wondered with the women on Selling Sunset, do clients ever get star crazy because they know you guys are on a show, or maybe they've watched the show, or does that really not affect them at all?
Well, it's so funny because this listing appointment I had the other day was an older couple, probably in their 60s. And, I didn't think they had seen the show, but I was introduced by their daughter. She emailed me and I figured she had seen the show. So she emailed me. She's like, hey, my parents are trying to sell their condo. I thought of you. Can you, meet up with them? So I met up with them. And then at the end of the meeting, they're like, yeah, by the way, like, we loved you in the show. And I'm thinking, oh my God, these people saw the show. I was like dead. And all I could think of was like the crazy things I say. And I'm like, oh my God, they heard me talking about my vagina. And like all these silly things. And I'm like, oh my God. That was interesting, yeah, to say the least.
Dean, there are so many beautiful facets to you that I think people sometimes don't even see through the television, or they may not get to. So if you were to tell people about you, what do you want people to know about Christine Quinn?
Um, that I'm really caring. I'm really giving. I am very sensitive, and I actually put other people before myself a lot. And I love inspiring people and making people feel good. So just that, I'm not one note. There's so many different sides to me. And I think for TV, you know, obviously they want to see the entertaining things, and I totally get that. But, there's more to that. There's more to that. So yeah.
Well, I'm just going to put it out there, Christine. I mean, if Christine Quinn is not on Selling Sunset, there is no Selling Sunset. You are the star of that show.
Thank you. It's always interesting because I go through and just read tweets sometimes to see what people are saying randomly about the show, and it's interesting because I don't really see it that way, but it's nice to hear.
Well,
It's nice to hear. And my husband had said, he doesn't even watch the show. Well, I mean, he's not super interested in it, but he did watch it. And he's like, it's interesting because it feels like every conversation, even that the other girl is having, are about you. Like everything in one way, shape, or form. They love you. They hate you. You did this. You didn't do this. It's always something. So I feel like I am that, like the glue
yeah.
that holds everything together in a weird, interesting way. So thank you.
Who is Christine Quinn in 2020?
Right now, I feel like Christine Quinn 2020 is all about discovery and self-love. I've really, really taken to self-love because, I've spent so much time loving other people and doing things for other people, and I love doing that. But this is a time where I'm really like kind of just focusing on myself and my emotions, and, you know, mentally, like, just preparing myself and meditating so that whenever this crazy stuff is done, like, I'll be able to do whatever and handle whatever, and, you know, not cry if someone sends me a mean message. So this is my year of just, you know, gathering everything together, kind of grounding myself. I would say this is the year of being grounded. And discovering new little talents that I have and things that I want to do. And I feel like 2021, I'm going to make some boss bitch shit happen. So that's going to be the year of explosion. This is like the year of kind of figuring everything out, I guess you could say.
And I guess before I let you go, can you share any of those explosions with us right now, or are they all in the works?
I mean, not too much, but I am working on a company. It's going to be innovative and groundbreaking. And basically, it's just a community of like-minded individuals who, you know, want to inspire each other and do epic shit in life. That's pretty much all I can say right now, but it's going to be really, really groundbreaking, to say the least. And I'm excited. And as soon as I can talk about it, I'll come on here and talk with you about it.
Please, I'd love to. I mean, I'm so excited because if there's anybody that can help kind of pave that pathway, Christine, it's you. I mean, again, I just want to reiterate the strength you have. It's so inspiring. I mean, the confidence and just how you own your shit, and you don't let anybody get. I think for younger women to see that too, it's so important. It's so important.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. And it's something, you know, the inspiration for my company kind of came from after the show came out. I had all these people messaging me, and they were saying, you know, how can I be more confident? How can I speak my mind? I want to be able to do these things. And I never understood. I was like, oh, people are different than me, right? So people don't always think that way. So I was like, wow, that's so crazy to me. So I was like, I want to teach people how to, like, own their shit and be special and embrace it and speak their mind and do all the things they want to do, and, you know, have inclusion. And I just, that's what really triggered it for me. So I can't wait to be doing that.
Well, there couldn't be a better time. And I'm so excited because I know even during this time you have a lot of different things going on. And it gave me at least a chance to catch up with you. You know, it's so wonderful. We're two, by the way, guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but both Christine and I are from Texas. She's from Dallas.
Yep.
So I love that we're both out here in Los Angeles, just living dreams and even making more dreams come true. And
I love that. I love that. It's very true. And I love my Texas people. They're all so sweet. I love you.
are right? Good hearts. But thank you so much for stopping by, Christine.
Of course.
Good to see you. And I do wish I had your hair, by the way.
Huh?
I said I do wish I had your hair, by the way.
Thank you. I didn't even like hardly brush it, but thank you.
Much continued success. And yeah, love you lots.
Thank you. I love you so much.